Alright, round 3. Alright, so this is Devious Hostile, bringing you another video. This time it is going to be kind of a review of Game Update 11. What I think is good, what I think is bad. I'm going to be starting with the bad because I like to end on a good note. You know, I don't think there's a way I can not sound whiny with some of it, and I'm sorry for that, and I'm gonna try and do my best to say as partial, because I don't want to say, you know, nerf this, nerf that. It's just, you know, an overall observation of what I see with the gameplay going on so far. I think this is their best update yet. I think it has brought a lot to the table. It's brought a lot of balance to the table that wasn't here before Game Update 11. So hopefully I can do this, and you know, not everybody's gonna, you know, be bitching on Reddit with me going, oh my god, he whines so much. So that being said, let's get this started. And my first thing is gonna be my hatred, if you will, for the striker. It is a massively, you know, iconical thing for the TR, and I understand that. However, its 500-meter range for anti-air, I hate to say, is a bit much. The anti-air in this game just got updated, and now the striker has a 500. You know, the striker still has a 500-meter range. That 500-meter range allows any ESF, whenever we enter into a, you know, a grid on the map. You know, I can be at the very edge of East Canyon checkpoint, and that waypoint that I just placed is just at 700 meters. So the time that I fly right over that road right there, I'm easily within range of strikers. And one striker is going to take down 3/4 of my life. And I understand that there are flares, but, you know, it really diminishes the ability to bring in air, especially because my second point is that TR currently have the most ways to effectively deal with air. A lot of their regular heavy guns and such are very effective against air. The T7 update has allowed them to be more effective with air. Their Mercy Maxes, they can actually hit air and deal significant amounts of damage. The T9 Carve as well. Even some of their assault rifles and carbines do a lot more damage than I see NC or VS being able to do to aircraft. So I find that the anti-air that TR have currently is quite phenomenal, and possibly a little bit too strong, especially since they do have what is considered to be the best Empire specific fighter. So it would be nice to be able to, you know, fly my Reaver and not instantly die every time I fly over an enemy area. That being said, you know, we can move on to my second point, which also brings up some AA. The new updates to AA, I think, are a phenomenal and good idea. I like what everybody or what the devs have done with AA and their ideas for how it should work. I think it's a great balancing tool for AA. However, a problem that I've been noticing over the past couple of days of gameplay is that AA stops working. The actual damage is not registering every time you shoot. I can hit a full 2-set magazine with a dual burster and not do a single point of damage to ESFs, Liberators, or Galaxies sometimes. So it's kind of a tragedy, honestly, that if I'm picking up, I think I just ran him over. If I pick up AA, I should be able to consistently hit what I'm aiming at. You know, the moment that I can't, that's kind of an issue. You know, it honestly needs to be fixed in a big way. Um, same thing with Skyguards. Skyguards aren't always doing damage. So it it's kind of sad that you end up wasting resources pulling that max, pulling that Skyguard, and then the area you're trying to take down you can't even touch. So it would be nice to see the AA being functional again in this game. Not saying that it's not always working, but there's a lot of instances where it stops working for extended periods of time. Ah, well, fair enough. I kind of deserve that. Anyway, back on to my my guide. I died to a battle rank 10. That's bad day. We have I think another distinct problem is the game update has brought a horrible physics crash with it. For whatever reason, at least for myself, with a really decent system, every 10 minutes or so, or I'm sorry, once a day rather, I do crash, and I shouldn't be having that issue every day. And that's a C7. So I think that there probably needs to be a hot fix to fix that wonderful bug that's going on currently. From there, I like what they did with the shotgun nerf. However, I'm a little bit sad to see that with that shotgun nerf, they nerfed the NC maxes again. And I know it's been all over the forums. I know that it's generally agreed that NC maxes are currently the weakest maxes. It would be nice to see some love. We got the awesome shield, and it's really nice. It works really well. The only problem is that we can't shoot with it on. The other two empires are able to just shoot with it. Shoot with their abilities. Lockdown for TR and Zoe for VS. The Zoe was obviously overpowered. It recently got a little bit of a nerf bat to it. It's a lot more manageable now, but still, overall, the range and capabilities of the NC Max are just horrific compared to the other two factions. So it'd be nice to see some love. And my last bad thing, it's not really a bad thing necessarily, it's just something that maybe I haven't quite figured out how to deal with, and neither has the rest of NC, is that the T7, I love the new sound. It sounds like an A10 doing a gun run, and being a prior service military guy, I love hearing that. It's a wonderful sound, and I just don't like how I can watch it kill 10 people in 4 seconds with absolute ease. But that might be my biggest whining point for the day, is that T7. But it's still manageable. It's still able to be dealt with. Its TTK though is about, I think it's about a second if it's in the upper body. I think we were doing some testing with that yesterday, and I think you can honestly just mark people ridiculously. But that's my last bad thing, is the T7. I still think it's able to be dealt with. On to the goods. The goods. I like the weapon updates. Overall, I like what overall was done with the shotguns. Obviously, I'm a little bit upset what it did with the maxes for NC, but the shotgun update, I like it. They're still effective, but it's not the king of battle anymore. If I'm using a decent rate of fire weapon or a high TTK weapon, I can actually, deal with people using pump shotguns and haymakers, and everything can be dealt with now. It's an even footing with faster firing carbines and assault rifles and LMGs compared to shotguns. So it's kind of nice to be able to play both with shotguns and using some of the weapons I used to like, because shotguns for a long time have dominated the CQC scene in a horrible way. I think it kind of ruined a little bit of the gameplay to an extent. And then Jackhammer. I love the Jackhammer update. The Jackhammer is fun again. That burst with some more ammo, its ability to deal damage at a medium range now is really nice. I know that overall the NC is generally happy. I think some of us still wish it was like Planetside 1, where you had, I think it was 16 rounds with the extended magazine. That would be nice to have back, but I still think having 12 rounds with the extended magazine is quite a phenomenal thing. Let's see here. You know, the next great thing I have is I like the dominations. The domination, the dominating victory. 75% of the objectives captured. That's nice. And I love the new alerts. The new alerts add a little bit more competition into the game. Like right now, I'm playing and it's a tech plan alert. Currently, I'm doing this video, so I'm not participating probably as much as I'd like to be, but that's okay. I like the new IFF for infiltrators. To be able to not accidentally shoot someone because their name or the blue reticle for NC doesn't pop on top of them, so I don't plug them in the back of the head because I think they're an enemy infiltrator trying to sneak up on me. That's kind of nice. I think I've team killed a lot less infiltrators since the update. I like it a lot. The player movement, I do like that. It feels a lot smoother to be running around. The combat with other infantry is, I think, a lot better once I got used to the way that you actually have to lead people now and where you need to place your shots to be effective. I like it a lot. And then I think it's my favorite thing from the update, actually, is the resource cost. Resources should be something that should be valued. It should be something that you have to use. It should be something that you have to gain. And the fact that things now cost more, it makes things mean more. That being said, I think with all of the abilities to deal with vehicles right now, the vehicle costs going up means they should probably be a little bit more effective. But the fact that you can't sit there and spam maxes all day long because you won't have the resources. There's a lot of people that all they do is play max. Well, you die in that max now, you're not necessarily going to have enough resources if you're on your heels and defending. And it's kind of nice to see that you can wear an element down. Say there's a huge tank zerg running at you and you're defending. Well, by the time that somebody pulls 2 tanks, they're not going to be pulling a tank for a while, and it's then your turn to push back, and it adds some complexity to the combat because it requires people to manage their resources, and I like that a lot. So overall, I think this is a fantastic update. The gameplay, I think, is a lot more balanced. I'm not exactly a magnificent player, but it's a wonderful, wonderful update. Thank you, developers, for putting it together. I hope that Game Update 12 is just as good as this one, and I can't wait to see you guys at SOE Live. DVS Gaming will be representing at SOE with a 6-man team for this 6-man challenge, and DVS Delrith will be making a return for, let's see if we can get first place again. So it's good to see you guys again. Please post comments on the video below, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully, if we can get enough popularity and there's enough good comments for fixes, some of the developers will see that, and hopefully we can get some more things changed in the game for better all gameplay. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be posting another video sometime next week. Thanks, guys.